Representative Ted Poe of Texas submitted H.R. 4197, the State Refugee Resettlement Act. You, along with 29 other congressmen, co-sponsored this, along with 12 Texas congressmen. This gives the states the right to refuse refugee resettlement. Governor Abbott is a strong proponent of this. Will this bill solve the refugee problem?
Well, it will not solve every problem, but it's a step in the right direction. I do think every state has the right, every jurisdiction has the right to decide whether they want to accept these refugees or not. No jurisdiction, no state should be forced to relocate individuals who might be a threat to innocent Americans. And I trust the governor on this to make the final judgment as to whether he wants some of these refugees to come into the state or not. Now, we've lost one court case already, but that will be appealed. And ultimately, I do think the administration is not going to force states to accept refugees. And if Governor Abbott doesn't want them coming into Texas until we can properly vet them and until we can double check their backgrounds, I agree with him. Again, it's a national security issue, and if Texans' lives are being threatened or might be threatened, we need to err on the side of being safe, not on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to Syrian refugees.
Right. Homeland Security Secretary Johnson plans to roll out a new system to alert Americans of new terrorist threats. How will this stop the lone wolf or ISIS-inspired attacks?
Well, the Secretary Johnson, Secretary of Homeland Security, as well as this administration, have quite frankly done everything they can over the last 7 years to either ignore immigration laws, undermine immigration laws, or try to concoct new immigration laws through executive orders and executive actions. And one of the reasons we, I think, have a greater threat today, and one of the reasons I think Americans are less safe today, is because of this administration's policies. Now, they may come up with something at the last minute that they think is going to do some good, but it's not going to stop the lone wolf. It's not going to stop the couple or other terrorists who might decide to kill Americans in great numbers. This administration has also, through their own actions, endangered the lives of Americans because they are releasing tens of thousands of illegal immigrants every year as well back into our neighborhoods and back into our communities. These are tens of thousands of illegal immigrants who have been convicted of crimes, who should be sent home, should be deported, and yet this administration is allowing them to stay in this country. And as a result, people are being killed unnecessarily, all kinds of crimes are being committed against innocent Americans, all because of this administration's policies. You've also got an administration, in the last 7 years, the number of so-called sanctuary cities has doubled in America. These are cities that refuse to cooperate with the federal government, will not notify the federal government when they have apprehended an illegal immigrant who has committed a crime, and instead oftentimes release that individual back into our communities where they commit additional crimes. I asked I asked recently the Attorney General if they had made any effort to even prevent one city from becoming a sanctuary city, which is contrary to current law. And the AG said she couldn't think of a single instance where they had tried to discourage a city from becoming a sanctuary city, but she would get back to me. I have a personal interest in this because the last major immigration law enacted was a bill that I introduced, and it did several things. It doubled the number of Border Patrol agents. It made it easier to send home individuals who have been convicted of crimes. It had an entry-exit system so we could track individuals who overstayed their visa, which comprise about 40% of the people who are in the country illegally, and it mandated that localities cooperate with the federal government when they apprehended criminal immigrants. It is that last provision of a bill that I actually wrote and helped enact that is being violated by sanctuary cities. But the administration, again, this is another example of where they will not enforce current immigration law to protect innocent Americans. So whether it comes to terrorists or whether it comes to illegal immigrants who have committed crimes and are being released, this administration is and must be intentionally endangering American lives.